21st century change, transhumanism. The 21st century is often called the century of change. It will be a time where humans will experience more changes in their lives, more than they ever have in the past. These changes are more than just what we do with our smartphones, and is changing the structure of society, jobs, and even human life itself. The 21st century promises not just a world of change for a few. It promises a universe of change for all beings. And it will not only be a technological change process. It will very certainly be a change in biological processes, for all beings. We call it transhumanism when humans use technology to augment themselves. Transhumanism is also identified when beings, even the environment, is augmented to make the world smarter and stronger as a society. Some humans believe that the future is an era where people can be vastly enhanced and improved by artificial intelligence and with continuous upgrades through high-tech biology. This is done through a merger of several sciences, but specifically two sciences, such as cognitive science and biotechnology. This information has given rise to many different opinions from people around the world, specifically with concerns around human and even AI ethics and how this new trend could negatively affect humanity. Let's look at how this could benefit everyone, especially 21st century girls and women. It is she who is coming into a new awareness of her personal power and personal autonomy. For human females, woman as she is known, many are coming to see this as a beneficial change. Its benefits can empower women of all cultures, of all nations around the world. And it has been a long walk from the first female to this very date. But, it will no doubt be a stronger walk as she travels into tomorrow. A tomorrow where she will be even wiser in the very near future. However, the rate of change is a major determining factor as she moves forward beyond her past. As she will need to embrace her personal power to overcome self-imposed limitations, as well as any put upon obstacles as she dares to walk into the future. The idea of transhumanism was introduced in the early 1990s by evolutionary biologist, Julian Huxley. But, even hundreds of years ago, transhumanism was part of larger discussions about the ways humans could and should use technology to improve not only humans, but as well, the environment and society, at the same time enhancing human health and cognitive abilities, allowing us to overcome current human limitations. Transhumans can be defined as humans who have been modified after injury or illness, such as through corrective medical procedures to improve health, or as a preventative to avoid health problems through genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is also seen as a method in towards selective biological traits that are advantageous for living in particular environments and conditions, for improving health and the environment, or for accomplishing particular social engineering purposes. Given all of this information, what does the future hold for legacy humans? And how can all of us prepare for the opportunities to improve through technology? Is this something women should fear or embrace? It is possible that new technology will give rise to a new human race. A transhuman race with a brighter tomorrow. But that isn't the only thing to think about, and I will cover these topics in more details and in longer videos in the coming days. One of the things to think about is whether such transformation would do more than increase intelligence, and if so, for whom? Would it be only for a select few and the wealthy? And what about the average human who may wish to transform but not be wealthy enough to afford it? What about those who elect not to be transformed? Would there even be a choice? How much weight would personal will hold in the future? Would personal choice be a certainty, or would it be overridden for the betterment of the larger society? And can we see a benefit where through these improvements, humans could end the societal struggles and strife between love and hate? What about the tendency to struggle between war and peace? Proponents for AA believe that our capacity to nurture and love can grow more intelligently, superseding our base urges, curing the ills of society. And they believe this for all, not for just a select few. These ideals are for anyone who has a desire to love and nurture past prejudice and bias. The 21st century has been a huge marker for the increased developments with media increased focus on AI and machine intelligence. The rise of transhumanism and bioengineering had added much controversy. Many of its critics are justifiably concerned as the privacy and security implications are beyond the human imagination, and there are so many unknowns. For instance, many wonder what would be the consequences if things go awry with a sentient, independent-minded and self-proliferating technology. How much control would legacy humans and even augmented humans over their futures? And, is this a thing that humans would be able to unwind as AI advances? Would we have the capability to counter any drawbacks so that we can quickly jump or evolve out of any snags? Or could this permanently doom us as the human race on planet Earth? All of these are considerations that must be considered. One thing to keep in mind is that transhumanism is a movement which seeks to understand and to transform the human condition and the whole world, even the universe, through AI technology. It is an extension of humanism, which seeks to empower humans. So if this is true, it is possible we can plan to head off any possible negatives by having an open mind and seeking answers to our concerns. The 2020s have seen this change go from a philosophical discussion about whether we can or should make ourselves more than human, to one where we are discussing how many human enhancements would be acceptable. Also, discussing what level of enhancement might be considered too much or lacking in safety protocols for human sensibilities. The transhumanist movement is based on key principles. First is the idea that the human species can evolve beyond its current physical and mental limitations, especially by means of science and technology. That all life forms, but that especially humans, will eventually merge with intelligent machines. And, that revolutionary progress in all sciences, including biology, neuroscience, nanotechnology, robotics and computing, and astronomy, as well as all other sciences, will lead to superior changes in human development, such as increased life extension and superintelligence. It is believed that these technologies would eliminate poverty, hunger, mortal illnesses, inequality and all other strife around the globe. Therefore, it is expected that these advances would as well as reduce our desires for trite, shallow interests, such as excessive consumerism and exclusive wealth. Greed and selfishness have created the attitudes have caused so much hubris and competitiveness among humans that it slows us down, dumbs us down, fast-pacing the human race to possible extinction through self-destruction and that of the earth. This is now a time for more of us to get involved in the STEM fields. At least as a general interest, we should seek to learn as much as possible about AI as well as look deeper into the various fields of technology. While STEM fields have been historically male-dominated, transhumanism will provide liberty to girls and women. Girls and women can now have the same opportunities, even, likely the same abilities as men. More ability than women have had ever. And this should not threaten but empower us all, as this could uplift the whole human race, male and female and non-gender alike. That is the promise of tomorrow, a thing to move the whole of humanity forward.